All right, number 11. We're going to find the derivative of sine evaluated at 2x to the 5th plus 4x plus 5. All right, derivative of sine is cosine. Leave the argument the same. And then the derivative of the inside, we're going to be using power rule. So 5 times 2 is 10. X, subtract 1, that'll give us a 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract the 1x, and that'll give us none. And derivative of 5 is 0. So this will be our derivative. You can move it up front, leave it like it is. I'm just going to leave it just like that. Cosine 2x to the 5th plus 4x plus 5 times 10x raised to the 4th plus 4. I'm going to do another derivative. Y equals, this is sine of theta to the 6 minus cosine of theta also to the 6. So I'll write it like this because this is what we're looking at. We're looking at a chain rule again. Outside is power rule, and then inside we have trig functions. So y prime is going to be 6 sine of theta, subtract 1 to the 5th power. Derivative of sine is cosine of theta. And then minus, we'll do the same thing over here. 6 cosine of theta, subtract 1. So this is the power rule. And then derivative of cosine is negative sine of theta. So if I were to simplify this, I could say 6 cosine of theta sine 5th power of theta plus, because negative times a negative will be a positive, 6 sine of theta cosine of theta to the 5th. Okay. So this will be our derivative, and we can probably factor out and simplify a little bit more. Let me see if I look at that. Yeah, we could probably simplify that quite a bit. Let me say, if y'all were to simplify this all the way down, we could factor out a 6. Both of them have cosine and sine. So if I do 6 sine theta cosine theta, that would leave us with, take out 6 cosine, that leaves me with sine theta to the 4th power, and then plus cosine theta to the 4th. And I was almost thinking we could use a Pythagorean identity. Cosine squared plus sine squared is equal to 1, which I think we can. We can think about this as sine of theta squared to the 2nd power plus cosine theta squared second power. I want to believe that we can just say this is equal to 1 and 1 squared, but I don't know, something is saying no. Let me think about that. Cosine squared, but that is squared. Let's try it. That doesn't factor right. I don't think we can do that. I'm just going to leave it in the general form. We can rewrite it, but that's not the same as the Pythagorean theorem, because I can't factor out and have two of them. So we'll just leave it in the original form. Cosine theta and then sine of theta to the 5th plus 6 sine theta cosine theta.